Hey everybody, it is so hot and humid today and I am so excited that I can finally wear all my cool cutout tops, tube tops, dresses. That's because Magic Bra US sent me something that is pretty magical. Of course, I thought it was the perfect day to film this video all about heat and humidity and protecting our beautiful hair. And tops like this is what I'm pretty much going to be wearing all summer long. I love tube tops and tank tops and tops that are like different contraptions like this, but it's very hard for me to wear these without the proper undergarments. Before I get into the hair video, I just want to quickly share that I found something called the Magic Bra. I tested it out and I decided to do this video, and I just want to tell you guys that if you're worried about sizes and styles for like strapless bras all summer long, I may have found something that will work for you. Check out the website. I'm going to have all the info on the screen here. And one of probably the most amazing things about this, besides the fact that there are like 12 different styles, it's made by women for women, is that there is no digging of any kind of underwire in this undergarment. I'm going to split the screen, show you different footage of the actual bra. First of all, it's super pretty. I chose nude. They did reach out to me, but I am going to tell you this. This is not a paid ad or a paid promo. I tried it out and wanted to do this video because I really like this product. It's got silicone in it, which is going to adhere to the body without any digging. It's a seamless, beautiful design, and I just want to share it with everybody that thinks that they cannot wear a strapless bra or a really cool top like this all summer long. Yes, you can. Check out their website, and they were nice enough to give me a discount code. You'll find all of that below. I believe you get like a 20% off. So I think they have a lot of different designs, probably something for everyone's style and taste and budget. So check it out, and happy to answer any inquiries about these undergarments. Now let's get into that. I'm going to share exactly how I take care of my hair in the summer, and living between two continents and interviewing people on either side of the Atlantic. I'm going to tell you, I have acquired a ton of knowledge over the years, and also a lot of it is just through trial and error. And trust me, I have been through a ton of errors. That's why now I have pretty much perfected a routine that works for me. Remember everybody, if you've seen my previous videos, it's all about your hair type. So what works for me may not work for you, but I'm going to give you general tips and tricks that have really worked well, especially to protect my hair in this summer heat. Of course, if you know me, you know this is one of my favorite go-tos is just a 3-part braid with a satin scrunchie, and not too high, not too low, minimal product. So this is definitely my safe haven. So let's understand humidity first, because sometimes we could think our hair actually looks pretty cool in humidity because you get so much volume. So it's really like that volume and frizz. And remember that hot air and wet, which is the moisture in the air, will give you that humidity and that frizz. That's why, let's say if you live in a cooler temperature, you go down to the Caribbean and your hair is this big. To be honest, I actually don't mind that look. I love big hair, but of course we want to have that sleek, beautiful look, and we want to protect it. So let's get into some tips. The moisture, of course, makes your hair shaft swell, especially if your hair is porous, like most blondes. So of course, this makes it bigger, but here's the key. Is it actually feeling softer? A couple weeks ago, my hair was this big and it just didn't feel very soft. So that was very concerning to me. So of course I delved into a little bit more research. So just because it's humid out and you think my hair is moisturized, it's actually not being moisturized. The UV rays and the high temperature can really swell up your hair, but again, not leave it moisturized to the touch, so it doesn't feel soft. And of course, you know, I just mentioned UV rays, just the way we protect our skin with UV. I got this whole lesson from the physicist on Crete Island. We need to protect, of course, our scalp. This is all skin. We need to protect our scalp and then also our hair, because those high temperatures and the really strong UV rays is what's really breaking down the proteins in our hair shaft. and also fading our beautiful color that we spend so much time getting either at the salon or at home, and then obviously preserving. The first way to protect it is after washing. Of course, we're washing out those beautiful products. Hopefully you're choosing products based on good, healthy ingredients. After that, you're going to, of course, do your leave-in conditioner. Now, I love Pureology. I've been using that for years, but that's not to say there are not other incredible brands on the market. I just love that one because it has so many different benefits in it, and there is UV protection in that too. So what we're doing is we're adding a touch of UV protection in that, in all the benefits, but we're also reconditioning our hair because we've just washed out all the moisture. We want to get that moisture back in there. So now we've re-moisturized our hair, but we want to go outside. Our hair has now dried. Yep, we need to add UV protection once again. So for this one, I've tried a bunch of different products, and I hate using products that weigh down my hair. I think that the Bumble & Bumble Invisible Oil is very good. But whatever product you use, take a look at the ingredients, make sure it has a good UV protection, make sure you choose something that is great for your hair type, and literally from the crown to the ends, you're going to spray that pretty liberally to protect your hair from the outdoors. My next tip is, a lot of times when I'm outdoors, I prefer keeping my hair up for several reasons. You may have seen some of my earlier videos where when I was filming in Cyprus and in Greece and I wanted to keep my hair down, the wind, it just created a nightmare mess. So now I always try to keep it in a braid, and again, very moisturized with oils and protection. Or I also love my claw clips. I can do 2 separate claw clips and keep it up. And then another thing I like to do, I'm just gonna grab here one of my favorite hats. I guess this is like your sun hat or your tennis hat. I love to wear this, okay, where I have my claw clips up here or even my braid, so that way I get a little bit of protection here. I actually have different sizes in these because I love them so much. So in this case, what I would do is I would spray my UV protection here all over my hands and make sure that it's all patted here. Since this hair is nice and covered here, you can just do a light spray everywhere, but make sure that this part that is exposed, this is what I do. And I literally do this on a daily. And if you, once again, if you're choosing good products with good ingredients and ones that suit your hair type, it's not going to feel icky or weighed down. But I have said before that in the summertime, I do wash my hair a day more often. You need to wash it more often just because you're going in the water, outside, sun, beach, sand, and all that kind of stuff. That's my recommendation. All right, adding into another tip here with the top of the head, if you have a part in your hair like I do today, you want to make sure that you're paying extra attention to the part. And this I would do very liberally with a spray. I would literally focus on here because the sun is seeing your scalp and that could be dangerous, so we just want to protect that. So during the summer months, I like to do this actually all year round, but during the summer months, I especially do this for a little bit longer. We're washing our hair with lukewarm water, which I've talked about a lot in my videos. I really do my cool rinse just to make sure that my cuticle is closed up and sealed. That really has worked for me, and it doesn't have to be like an 8-minute cold shower because I don't think I could survive that. I've always liked lukewarm to cooler showers. Just really helps. It fits in better with my specific lifestyle, and it keeps me super calm. And if you have anxiety or tend to get anxiety attacks and you take cooler showers, it will really help with that. That really helps me. And then I also like putting cold water right here on the nape of my neck, and that sort of like gets you super alert and really stops you from overthinking. So aside from the psychological benefits, we are locking in that moisture and we are reducing the frizz. And I have seen a difference. Like, my hair is not ultra frizzy, but it is quite frizzy because it's got that loose wave to it. And I was younger, I had a tighter wave, even a light curl pattern. So I find that just ending off that shower with that cool water, and again, just try to do it for 30 seconds. And here's a tip. I always start off with the lukewarm, cool, and then cold, and then I find like my body will adjust to it and I can definitely maintain or withstand the cold water for a little bit longer. So you may want to try that, and there are exceptional benefits for the body and for the hair. So let's talk about one ingredient to avoid that actually surprised me online that I found through my research, and that was glycerin. Because even though glycerin is so incredible for our hair with the moisture, in hot temperatures, humidity, it can actually overload the hair and make it more frizzy. So after I read that, I started going through all of my products just to see which ones had glycerin in them. So if it's super hot and humid outside, just avoid those specific products that have the glycerin in them, which is why, once again, I always advocate, like, just read the ingredients in the back of your product. Again, glycerin is a great ingredient, but it could overload you with frizz in the humidity because it drives in all that moisture, which does make sense now that I think about it. And my last point would be to clarify. I am not big on clarifying shampoos at all. And in a previous video, I told you guys I had only tried 2 because of my sensitivities. And the 2 that I have tried are the number 4 and the 11 Australia. So those are the only 2 I can recommend because they're only 2 that I have tried. But I mean, there's so many people that make these amazing videos online where they try all these clarifying shampoos and they work well for them. So if you have a hair type more like one of those other creators, perhaps you can try those. But I can only use products that are sensitive, scalp friendly, and safe. And I'm still affiliated with a number 4, and they have a fantastic clarifying shampoo. You can use that discount code below. And 11 Australia, I have no affiliation, but I've tried that and it's very gentle. The thing with clarifying shampoos is that you want to make sure it's gentle, especially in the summertime. If you want to be clarifying a little bit more, you may have some sand in your hair, chlorine, beach water, and all that stuff. So all right, everybody, I hope those tips help us control our hair in this beautiful, humid summer. I'm never going to complain about summer because I am a July baby and I love everything about summer. We can enjoy it, have fun, just like everybody else, but we just take extra precautions for those of us who love beautiful hair and we want to protect our crown jewels. So as always, if you have any inquiries or any additional feedback, I would love to hear it in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, bisous bisous, see you next time. Just another top I can wear with my magic bra. Just saying.